We're back. Haven't done one of these in ever. But hey, we played Mario Wonder together, co-op, local. It was magical. It was
there wasn't really much I didn't like about the game. The only downside was like, I don't know. I can't even think of something
I'll spoil this, but it actually may be one of the best Mario games I ever played. But there's one, I guess we'll just talk about it now. My only, and this is a pretty big criticism for me, my biggest criticism about this game is the boss battles. I think they dropped the ball really hard because they had, so there's Bowser Jr. and there's Bowser. That's literally it. And I think I think one world didn't have a boss fight, right? Wasn't it like the Cloud Kingdom or something? We were just
one of them was like a trial thing, which was just weird.
But granted, are you just calling it Wonder Bowser Jr.? Like what? Like
his like Wonder mode
on crack. I don't know, but
his meth mode.
Meth mode, right? It was I loved it. Like the design was really cool. How it changed the boss fight was interesting. But you're gonna tell me you couldn't have thrown other characters and their alternate forms in there? You know, like of all the games that not include the Koopa kids in, why was it this one? Like you could have had Wonder forms to actually make them more interesting. You know?
Yeah, they could have done more with each of their like ability. Like all the Koopa kids have a gimmick themselves, so they could have done something cool with those.
Well, it's just like I just don't get why they only had those two as bosses. They could have had I don't know why they don't try more original ideas, and I don't know why they just stuck with those like Bowser Jr. and Bowser. Like you could have had a Wonder form of Piranha Plant, and maybe it's like 3 heads or something. Right. You know, like you could have. They easily could have done that, and for some reason they didn't, and it just irked me.
Right.
But besides that, the game was just phenomenal.
I mean, every level was like unique. Every level had the like Wonder mode too, which like there was a cool gimmick in every like level.
Oh yeah, it's always different.
All the new like power-ups were pretty useful. The elephant got like old really quick, but like I don't know, it was still okay.
I mean, I liked using them. I thought the elephant was always useful for like the time trial kind of thing that they would sometimes make you do.
Right, the battle mode or whatever.
Yeah. So like that was fun. I didn't mind any of the power ups, although the bubble one is pretty busted. Like that's gonna be it's a speedrunner's wet dream because you can people already found out you can infinitely bubble hop basically. Like you bubble jump on the bubble, and as long as you send another bubble out before you land on like the bubble, you'll always just keep getting higher and higher. So so there's these amazing music levels that I think there was only 2. There might have been another one unless we missed it, where you had to like jump on blocks based on the beat, and they would disappear after a little bit, and it just get faster and faster.
They were like the best levels in the game. That was probably like the most fun I've had with a video game in a long time.
But they some people like were able to break those levels by just running with the bubble form and just like doing bubble hops.
Damn.
Yeah. So which I thought was pretty intense. But no, those modes were really fun, and it was like very chaotic. And I wish there was more of them, but it is what it is. And the game kind of felt like a giant musical. Like there was always sounds playing. It was like the piranha
the
parades.
Music was amazing.
Oh yeah,
the piranhas singing. There was like random levels that were literally like a second long, but they would like play songs from old Mario games.
Oh yeah, I was like, what? Why did you?
Those were super cool. Like the whole like interacting with the levels in different ways, like going in the background of levels, or like I don't know. It was very unique. It was very cool. I was thinking about it today, like what to say for this. It was like a lot of the like Wonder stuff and the power-ups. It made it feel like a 3D, 2D Mario game. Like this is probably the most like 3D Mario feeling 2D Mario game ever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
The full personality. It was actually pretty challenging towards the end. Like there's a few levels that were like we had to keep resetting. Oh, granted, we were we're having fun with it.
Right.
I want to know your opinion on this. How did you feel that we didn't have collision?
I miss it. I miss like screwing over your friends and stuff. Like that was kind of the fun part too about like I think the Wii one was the new Super Mario Bros. Was the last game to have it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's just like it adds to the charm of it playing co-op. It's like, oh, you bonked me into the hole. Like,
I don't know why they didn't just have it as a toggle. Like they could have put it in the options like collision. I feel like it would have made the game a lot more challenging. It definitely would have been more challenging because but I mean,
and the room system was like garbage for playing online.
Yeah.
We had actually someone join from the stream and like all they were was like a ghost and like all we could do was like hit their bubble if they died or something.
Yeah, that
was like the only interaction between us.
It was like you aren't sharing a world. It's literally they're playing in their game, you're playing in your game, and you can just kind of see what they're doing as like a ghost, unless they die, in which case you can revive them. But that's the extent.
Right.
So, because at first, someone in chat was like, "Oh, you can play online co-op." I'm like, "Really? Oh, I thought did we just screw ourselves over?" But it was it wouldn't have been worth it if we were playing co-op like that. It would just been like, all right, I'm just playing it solo, but you can see me as a ghost.
Right.
Like, I don't know why they just aren't good with online. It's like a Nintendo problem. Nintendo just doesn't understand online multiplayer.
Right, but then they like do it perfectly for like games that don't need it. Like, what was it? Mario Soccer like had it perfectly down.
Right.
What was the other one? It was like Kirby. I think one of the Kirby games has it like perfectly down for online multiplayer. And then it's like games like Shredder's Revenge that like do it perfectly. These small indie games, and it's like Nintendo. Why can't you figure this out?
Are you referring to the Amazing Mirror when we tried it, the Switch Online?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Game Boy ones.
Yeah, it just lets you party up beforehand, and then you can find the right game. They had a party and. They had a party system and a good party system in 3D World, the remaster.
Right. They just did it with 3D World. Why couldn't they do it again?
Yeah, it's so weird. I really don't get it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. They have no consistency with their online. But it's like, when they do add it, like in Mario and Soccer, or like, I guess Switch Online, it's fun. So, like, what's the problem? What's the problem?
Right.
I also, so what do you think about the badges? I thought they were interesting. It's just a lot of them were super busted.
It was a really cool mechanic. Yeah, I mean, there were definitely some that were just like useless that you would never use.
Right, like the crouch high jump.
Yeah, the crouch high jump, like the radar thing. We like were forced to use one level and that was it. Like, I don't know. It's cool, right? Because it adds like different ways to play each level if you really want to. But yeah, there's definitely like some, like I think we used the twirl one 90% of the game.
Yeah, we used
the
twirl
hack glide I see everywhere. Like people are using that like crazy.
We were using hack glide, the twirl, which is basically just normal twirl from the other Mario games, and then the last one was like the Luigi jump from Mario 2, where he just like holds. Oh
yeah.
So like those are the three. The rest of we used the dolphin for the water world, but it's like
right.
Kind of had to.
Just makes sense.
You basically it was basically you in a frog suit without the frog, which was like, which is fun, but still. I mean, I'm very interested in speed runs for this game. I want to see how people like if they use like specific badges for specific levels to like just like fly through the level. But. You know, I thought all the worlds were creative. Each level felt incredibly unique. Like they didn't recycle any Wonder like scenario, which was interesting. Other than like
they were all unique.
They did musical twice. For the final boss fight, I thought I liked it a lot, but I felt like it needed a little bit more. It needed like I don't know.
So when we did it, I was like, oh, that's kind of it. Like that was dumb. But like looking back at it, I think playing it by yourself it would have made it a little more challenging too.
True. Right.
Trying to like bounce around and like time it with the pads that like bounced you up to hit different parts of Bowser. Like it would have made it at least a little more challenging. But it's still like, I don't know, something was just like missing from it. The design was cool. The music was dope.
Oh yeah,
boss,
yeah.
right?
It was really
I don't know. I just maybe like the baby Bowser fights over and over again also just left a bad taste like in our mouths. But
I mean, they were all different enough. But back with the baby Bowser fights. I just don't get why they didn't give any character a wonder ability. That part really you know, it's like you have all these enemies. You have like you even added Boom Boom.
Kamek was in the game. You could have just given him like one. Right.
Yeah. You could have done that. Any of the Koopa kids. Do something unique. I don't know. I just feel like it just feels like a really weird missed opportunity that was so glaringly obvious. So it's like dude, you could have done it. So why didn't you? I like the character cast. I'm glad they actually expanded it to like 10 characters.
All the characters in the game. That was super cool.
So just to clarify here, so like there's 5 characters that are unkillable, easy mode character. It's 4 different colored Yoshis and Nabbit, which is fine. So like it's for like a little brother or sister kind of mode where like they want to play and you're like, please, you're gonna ruin it for me. But what I don't understand is you have Yoshi. Why didn't they throw Yoshis into the game? You know, like I was surprised. I thought we were gonna run into like a Yoshi level.
Yeah, I don't know. The Yoshis weren't like a mount. I guess you really don't need him with all the badges and stuff, right?
True.
Like I guess that's like the reason they did it.
Right.
You have such versatility and stuff, but. Yeah, I don't know. I still would have liked to see like a level of Yoshis or something. Yeah,
exactly. You know, like maybe in the sense of remember, like, one of the first Wonder levels where it was like a stampede of like buffaloes. What was a stampede of Yoshis?
Right. They could have done something like that.
Yeah, but they didn't. Because Nintendo hates us. Also, there's kind of a small thing from me. I'm actually not a fan of the box art. Like half of the box art is just white. And then the rest of it has color. Look at the box art if you have it like right next to you. But I think it's a step away. Okay. The box art, like, I don't know. I feel like it had a little more.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
Like half of it is just
like that.
Well, it's supposed to represent like the wonder. Like, you know when you get the wonder seed, it expands and like it starts filling things with life. It's trying to give off that vibe, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna put that against the game. It was just kind of a nitpick for me. Let's see here. Bowser's level really cool. I mean, all the worlds were pretty dope. Opera King Boo was interesting. I don't think we've ever had King Boo in a Mario.
No, this was like the first time like King Boo was in the game.
Right. And he was an opera singer, which was pretty interesting. I thought it was really funny. Or I got a kick out of it. I thought that was it was pretty cool. Daisy finally got some line as a character. There's
a ton of new like enemies in the game too. They like souped up the whole game with enemies.
Like the Goomba eaters, I guess walking piranhas are technically a new like.
Yeah, they're new. The birds, a lot of the like water creatures were new ones. They weren't just like the whatever the fish are called. I forget, but
fish.
Yeah, fish.
Fish. Flounder. Yeah, really though. Let's see. I think I have the three powers. I think the drill one was probably like the least used or like least accessible. Because you became a mole, but then you didn't really. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I totally wanted to bring this up, and I just want to make sure I got it down. Those two, that one puzzle level we did where we were stuck on it for like 10 minutes, that was rough. Where like, remember?
Where you had to like use the drill and go off screen. Yeah, like it wasn't very clear, like that you had to like go on the platform and like go underground and then go to the right. Like it there was no distinction in the wall to tell like, oh, hey, this is where I have to go.
I was referring to the first one we did, where like there was the off-screen part where like you had to go down the hole, and we didn't realize it because every time you went down the hole, you died because you didn't have the camera.
Oh, that
on you.
one too.
Yeah.
Both of those levels sucked because the other one was that one. Yeah, they were just like, I don't know. I guess playing it co-op, it was wonky.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't optimized for co-op because basically the camera only follows one character. So the second character, because the second character isn't followed, there's just like, I'll put it in the video, but there's in one of the puzzle levels, there's a hole that you go down to find this last like key, I guess. But because the camera didn't follow Derek, he just went down to his death. And we're like, oh,
I just died, and I tried it like twice.
Right, so because there's other times in the game where there's no indication if you went down this hole you wouldn't die, but there was sometimes like a secret, which they never done before. I feel like they never done that, where it's like,
no,
yeah, there was something
where you like teleport back like away or
like in a new area
down the hole.
Yeah, like where like a kill hole, but instead of dying, it's like a secret area. There's never an indication for that. It's like, how was I supposed to know? Did you really want me to take that risk? You know, and like, did
you really make me waste a life checking all these like holes?
I wonder if Nintendo knows that like people have too many like extra lives by the end of it.
That's what I'm guessing. I mean, we had like a ton of lives. We burned a ton of them on like the last level we played or whatever, the last like music level.
Right.
But even after that, we still had like 20 lives or something.
I was impressed that they actually took as many lives as you have, like if you're in co-op. So it wasn't just like if we both like got the game, like not game over, we both died. It actually took 2 lives instead of 1. That's not really Mario like. That's I was just surprised. You know, I was like, well, I feel like we hit all the points. I'm trying to think if there's anything else like we're game
music was good. Level designs were all like super good and unique.
I would argue it was like one of the best level design. I'll just say it. It was the best level design in Mario games. I don't know.
It was like one of the best Mario games I've honestly ever played. 2D or just 3D.
Right. It was just like
power-ups were good, music was good, bosses needed work, but everything else kind of like outshines it, I guess.
Right. Everything else is so great. I mean, great. You're not playing a Mario game for the boss battles, but they're there, so it's like
right. It really doesn't matter if it was Bowser Jr. or the Koopa Kids. They're all the same. Like you jump on their head 3 times, but like it's just like I don't know. It's different heads you jump on. It's a different variety.
Well, my argument is like, you know, if everything gets a wonder ability, why just give it to an enemy? Just like, you know, make that a boss.
Right. It should have just been a variety, regardless.
And it doesn't, you know, I don't know why they always say it for like the final boss fights, but they don't always have to be jump on head. Why can't you just give me like turtle shells to throw and like, you know, have to aim it right?
Yeah, they did it in
3D World?
I think it was the Wii U one, actually, yeah. Where you one of the bosses you got like shells to throw. I mean, even like 3D World, which I guess is technically one of the 2D ones, like that you like had different power-ups and stuff to like throw at Bowser and whatever.
I guess they have to they try and toe a line between like, okay, how can we serve our like nostalgic audience, but also cater to like our young or teenager / child audience. You know, like we can't make it too difficult, but we can't make it too easy in certain areas. But like, because I guess with if Bowser Jr. is consistent, then you know the game plan every time going in. It's like, okay, I gotta jump on his head. Oddly enough, he had invulnerability, which was like a surprise. He like after you jump on his head, like I think twice, before you do the kill shot, you get like 20 seconds of invulnerability, and you're like, okay, I guess I'll just dodge the whole time.
Right.
But either way, it was still like, again, they're still fun. That's why I'm having a really difficult time if I would take points away from it purely because of that aspect. Because I have a problem with games that recycle bosses. Like that was my biggest criticism. Probably my biggest criticism of Halo 5 or no, 5, where you just fought like the same boss over and over and over and over. But it is Nintendo, and I'm not sure if I can give them a pass for it, but because they always do it. but at the same time, it didn't ruin the experience. But playing with each other also made the experience better. Like I would love if I was to play that game again. I don't think I'd want to play it solo. I'd still want to play it with a friend.
Right.
And I still would want collision. I think that would, like you said, that'd just be fun.
Right. It's just part of the charm of playing co-op. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
Hopefully the next one they bring it back.
Well, yeah, hopefully they bring back, in the next one, like, wish list wise for next one, collision, actual online co-op. Don't know why that's not a thing. Did they have races? Like, I mean, I mean, like the
speed timer races.
Yeah, did they have that? I remember we had that. They had it for. Oh wait, no, I think they did, or at least for the online co-op.
Yeah, once you started the lobby, it was there. So I mean, you could technically like open the private lobby and then have those races available. So
see, that sounds like a lot of fun, especially for like in a streamer perspective. It's like, okay, who wants to, who just wants to race in some levels? It's like goes
right. It's probably better if you do it like separate systems, because if you're like playing split screen, I guess we're still like landlocked to the same screen.
I don't think we could race each other when we did local. I thought
no.
I think it was only because the online guy was there, but
that's like cool. That's a cool like community thing, I guess.
Right, they had that with might have been Mario. Was it Mario Maker? I don't know. There's another Mario game where there was like the ninja runs.
That's Mario Maker. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So like, and it gets another player. See, that's fun, but that was like the way to make it fun for the Ghost player. But like, if I had Mario and you had Mario, and you're like, hey, you want to play co-op? I'd be like, what's the point? Like,
right.
I guess if we're gonna race each other, but so with that said, I think for Goon's Godly Grades, I'm gonna give it like let's go until we officially make something like actually worthwhile.
Right.
I'm gonna say like a 9 point. I mean, it's like, man, I'm so conflicted about this.
I'm saying 9. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. The boss battles is really like the only complaint I have about this game. Otherwise, like for them to be so creative with every level, to add that like wonder like part to every single level and have like a different gimmick every time. A ton of new enemies for like a Mario game where normally we get like 1 or 2. The new abilities were cool. Being able to play as like pretty much every character you could think of at this point for like the 2D Mario games is really cool. I don't know. There's just not much to complain about. Music was really good. So
I kind of want to give it 9.5, but I guess 9 makes more sense only because it's just the boss battles and my gripe with how they handle online. And it's like, the online thing too is like,
it's
like it's hard for me to not, because in the game, to me, it's like grading Nintendo themselves. That was their choice. It's not like but since it's in the game, I'm just gonna say that I have to criticize it because it's like the worst form of co-op they could have chosen.
Right.
They really should have made it options. It's like, hey, do you want to play co-op as a ghost where you can't interact but you can race, or do you want to share a screen and therefore share the level? I don't know if that's like too difficult for them, but I don't think so because they've done it before. So, I'll agree with you at 9. Yeah, so we're gonna give it like a 9 out of 10. That's 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Good game. Go buy it.
Great game.
Doesn't matter when you buy it because it'll never be on sale. It will always be $60.
No. Well, that's not true. Black Friday to be 5 cents less.
Right. Yeah, if you buy from Walmart, it's $59.95. So save your 5 cents.
I actually think it's part of the voucher system.
It is too.
Yeah, so
if you have the vouchers, you could use it on that. It definitely wouldn't be wasted.
Right.
It's a good game.
It's a great game. I mean, if we're saying 9, I'd say it's an amazing game. It's just
yeah. Don't that sounds like downplaying. But
it's all right.
It's good. Elephant Mario could have been hotter, but whatever. Definitely pick it up. It's a good holiday buy for significant others, children if you have them, whatever.
Oh, definitely.
but that's our review. Let us know what you guys think if you played it down in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, become a member, follow us everywhere, hit the bell, let you know when we post whatever else we post. And yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. See you guys next time.
Laters.